Hey y'all, I'm back with another YouTube video. So welcome back to Sunday Supper with Suge. Today we're gonna have red beans and rice, mustard fried fish, and cornbread. Last time my video was a little choppy. This time it's gonna probably be choppy until I figure this out. I need some help, y'all. If y'all can advise me on whatever, I take all constructive criticism. So remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and ring my bell. I'm just joking. See y'all in a second. I'm gonna show y'all how I prep. See soon. Okay, so here I have 2 pounds of red Camilla red beans that I soaked overnight. Now that's an extra step. You don't have to soak them overnight, but they will take a little longer to cook. I soak mine overnight because I soak them in chicken broth and I let the beans soak up that chicken broth. It's just an added step for added flavor. You don't have to do that. I don't mind extra steps. And I got 2 bay leaves in there, and I got some smoked turkey necks in there. That's gonna make them beans taste good. Them smoked turkey. Here I have some seasoning ham chopped up, but now I don't eat pork. This is turkey ham, and it tastes just like real ham. I cut this in half, and I diced and cubed them. So guess what? If you're not a pork eater, don't feel bad, because they still got things you can use to flavor your food with. The smoked turkey necks gonna flavor my food, and the seasoned ham. And I got some beef smoked sausages chopped up right here. Now, I got people in my family that still eat pork. So over here, I got some tips for those who, I'm not putting that in my, there's still a few people in my house who eat pork. So what I did is I trimmed off some of the fat of these pickled pork tips. These are pickled pork tips, not the tails, these are the tips. And what I'm gonna do is, see what they salty. The pickled tips is, pickled meat is salty, period. So you gotta boil that in a pot outside your beans, because other than that, you're gonna have salty beans and you're gonna have all that fat floating at the top of your beans. I hate to see that. So pre-boil your pickle tails before you, I have about 8 garlic chopped here, about a half a cup of parsley. I got 1 whole green bell pepper chopped and 1 large onion chopped here. Now before I recorded, I threw my bag of, the bag for the Camilla red beans away, but this is the bag like I like them. And with the red beans, you can't just throw them beans in a pot. Them beans is dirty, they have rocks in them. You know, you gotta sift through that stuff, pick out the bad beans, and wash them. Cause look at this bean right here. That bean dirty. Don't let nobody tell you just throw that beans in some water and cook it. No, you gotta pick out the stuff like this here. Pick out your little bad beans. The ones that look old, I don't bother cooking these. I pick them out. I take this time and pick these bad beans out. Everybody don't have to do that. It's just an added step. I don't want nothing extra floating in my beans that don't belong there. No hard beans that ain't gonna cook because they old. So you gotta go through these beans. See, I don't bother cooking beans that's already split and open. I don't know, it's just me. So go ahead and clean your beans. Once you pick out all the bad beans, then you go ahead and wash these, rinse these off with some water and scrub them. Get in there and do this here. I already did it, so I get in that water and I do like that there, clean them, put them in my water to soak. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put this on, get this to a rolling barrel and let this boil for about 30 minutes. And then I'm gonna turn it down to low and I'll be back. All right, y'all, I'm back. Now I've been having my beans on at a rolling barrel for about 30 minutes. I'm gonna turn that down to about to low and let them cook for about 45 minutes. And that's only because I soaked them overnight. If you don't soak your beans overnight, you need to cook them for about maybe an hour and 30 minutes, because you don't want some beans soft and some beans hard. You want to make sure they all soft. I got my pigtails barrel over here, and in this skillet here, I got about a tablespoon of oil. I'm gonna go ahead on and fry this ham down and the smoked sausage down, and get my ham in there, my smoked sausage. I'm gonna fry that down and caramelize it. And then I'm going to go ahead on and put my onions and my bell pepper in the same skillet. I put the meat in first because that meat's going to caramelize. And once you put them onions in here, them onions sweat and they pick up all that caramelization from the meat. So I put my meat in first, let them get brown, and then I put my seasoning in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and fry this down. Yeah, I'm gonna get this video up, but baby, it might be a week from when I cook this meal for the editing. I had somebody tell me that watched my last video, girl, you gotta make that video slow. How? Shit, come show me. So I'm gonna go ahead on and get this meat caramelized, and I'm gonna come back when I toss in my vegetables. Yeah. All right, so now my meat is fried down like I like it, and I'm gonna go ahead on and throw my seasoning in the pot, except for the celery. Everything going in here right now except for that celery. Remember, I'm working with one hand, y'all, so I'm trying to be inventive, so I can still taste and cook. Hurry up so them overwhelm the pigtails. I got this chopping board on top. What I'm going to go ahead on and do now is grate on and season my vegetables and my meat up before I put it in my, before I add them to the beans. And before I add this mixture to the beans, I'm going to let my beans cook down a little bit more and soften up, because what I have to do is I have to take some of the beans out this pot, put it in another pot so I can add the pigtails, because I told you I ain't put that in my pot. But the people who eat pork, they'll have their own pot of beans. I'm not mixing it. So once I get all of this sweated and I'm ready to put it in the pot with the beans, season it for y'all with my regular pepper. This by itself smells so good, y'all. You know, most people cook their beans on a Monday. It ain't law, but most people where I'm from cook their red beans on a Monday. But guess what? We're gonna eat them Sunday and Monday, so we still gonna have red beans on Monday. So I'm gonna cook this out. Right now I'm gonna check my beans to see how far they come along. Let me see. If I could take it and smush it all against the pot like that. See how I smushed them beans against the pot and no resistance? See that? That bean, how that bean mushed? That means the beans is good and tender. And I'm gonna check the turkey necks to see if that meat come off that bone easy. See how easy that meat come off of that bone? That's what I want, because I'm going to take all the meat off of that bone and put it back into the pot. Now I'm going to use another tails whip and see if they're tender and ready to go. Oh yeah, see that meat falling off the bone? I'm going to whip the gristle so that they're ready. Now what I'm going to do is, at this point, I'm going to go ahead on and take some beans out this pot and put them in another pot. I'm not going to take all my juice from this pot, because I'm going to go ahead and add some of the water from them pigtails in their pot. So I'll be right back. Alright, so before I transfer some of those beans to another pot, I'm going to go ahead on and start taking the meat off of the turkey neck and start putting it back into the pot. Now I'm going to really get in here. I can't do it with one hand, but you get the picture. You take all the meat off of it. I'm going to take all of this meat off the turkey neck and put it back in the pot. And I want to make sure their pot gets some of that meat. That's why I'm going to do this before I go ahead and transfer the beans. I'll be right back. Alright, so this is the meat I got off the turkey neck. So I'm going to go ahead on and put this back in the pot. In a pot of beans. And what I'm going to do is some of these beans, I'm going to go ahead and smash some of them. Just a few of them, because if you smash too many of them, it's going to make it too thick. But I'm going to go ahead and smash a few of these beans up. All you do is take a fork and press them against the fork and the spoon. And smash a few of those beans up. After I put the meat back in and smash some of the beans, I'm going to take the beans and put them in another pot and add the pigtails. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So before I switched the pots, the beans in the other pot, I added my meat mixture. The celery, the onion, I keep saying celery. The onion, the bell pepper, the garlic. I added that to the pot, then I separated the pots of beans. So what I'm going to do now is take these pigtails and go ahead and transfer them to this pot. Now what I did before, after I had switched them into different pots, I tasted the salt content. So it don't need much more salt in it, but I won't know for this pot after this point. So all I could do is cross my fingers and hope it tastes good, because I'm not tasting it after this. Now, once I get all the pigtails out, pickle tips out, geez. That bone gonna give this pot flavor too, so I want that bone in there. And what I'm gonna do now is just take a little of that juice and pour it in here. Alright, that's what that pot's gonna look like. Now, my pot, now at this point, what I'm gonna do is add the pork. I might have to take some more of my beans off the pot and put them here to cover the pigtails up. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a little bit more of my beans out of this pot and add them to this pot. Alright, so I went ahead and added more gravy to this pot. I know this seems like a lot of steps, but for me, it's worth it. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is go ahead and add my seasoning to each pot. I'm going to add a little pepper. A little onion powder, just a little salt. This one might not put much at all. They're gonna have to let me know if it needs salt once it's all done. Alright, so I'm gonna cook this just a few minutes longer, let them flavors meld together. I'm gonna top it back up. Check on it in a minute. Then come taste it. I'm gonna go ahead and let somebody come and taste this and tell me. Let me tell you something. I used to eat pigtails and pickle tips. Sure, it used to be nothing for me to suck on a nice, good pigtail and get all that sweet fat. And don't talk about a pickle tip. Get between them bristles and get all that in between there. Delicious. But when you know better, you do better. So that's all that is. I used to love pork. I just don't eat it anymore. That's a nice pot of beans. I pot a nice pot of beans too. When it's all cooked down and you get them pieces of where a piece at. Anyway, the big pieces of turkey necks I got in there, see like this here. That's a good pot. Delicious. I'll be right back. So I've let this cook for about 10 minutes longer just so the seasonings can meld together. Now my last ingredient is a little hot sauce. I put a few dashes in, not much, just a few, and then I'm gonna taste it. It looks delicious. Over some rice. Wait till I show y'all when it's all finished. Now I'm about to get to my fish. Now that my beans are finished. Let me get a spoon. Get a spoon. Delicious. Ooh, y'all don't know how I wish y'all could jump through this phone and eat these beans. It's so good. Really delicious. Alright, let me go ahead and do this pot. I don't eat pork, but I bet that's a good pot of beans. A few dashes. Let's that's a good pot of beans. See them good pieces of turkey? That's what's in my pot. So I got me in my pot. So after so I'm about to show y'all what I do with my fish. So I'll be back. Alright, what I have here is some tilapia that I took a paper towel and dried off. And what I'm gonna do is throw them in this bowl here. They all dried off so the seasoning can stick to it better. I'm gonna season it with a little garlic powder. That was onion powder, I'm sorry. Garlic powder. Black pepper. And a little mustard. Now I'm gonna just add a little bit before I add the mustard. I'm just gonna add a little bit seasonal because the fish fry I use is salty enough. So I don't add that much seasonal or salt to the fish because that stuff make it salty by itself. And then I'm gonna add just a little 1, 2, 3, 4 squirt of mustard and see what it do. I'm gonna mix it back. I'm gonna mix it up and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Alright, this is what the fish looks like after I've mixed it all up. Don't turn your nose up at that mustard. Just give it a different little tang. No different than what a lemon would do. And I like the way it tastes with the mustard on it. And so what I'm gonna do now is I have a little bit of wait, let me get it. I have about 2 cups of the Zatarain crispy southern fish fry in a Ziploc bag. All I did was put it in a Ziploc bag. I'm gonna add 2 pieces at a time, dip them in there, and then fry them in hold on one second. I'm gonna fry them in. What I have here is about 2 cups of 2 cups of cooking oil, and I'm gonna add to that some vegetable shortening, about a cup. Remember, I'm using 1 hand. I'm trying the best I can. I'm gonna add about a cup of the vegetable shortening in there. That heat up. So I'll be back once I let that heat up. Alright, so the grease has gotten hot. So all I did was shake 2 pieces of fish up in a Ziploc bag like I showed you. And I'm gonna gently lay that down in the oil. And I'm gonna turn my fire down. I had it on a medium-high heat. I'm gonna turn it down to a medium heat. You know, it don't take much for that to cook. Alright, the fish nice and golden brown. I'm going to go ahead and take it out. I'm going to take it out and put it on this cooling rack. And you want to put it on the cooling rack so you keep your batter crunchy, because if you don't, the fish rests up on itself and the batter gets soggy. So you always want to put it on a cooling rack, that way your batter stay crunchy. I'm going to go ahead. I like mine fried hard, so these darker ones to the back, that's my pieces. Alright, my beans are finished. Oh, I want to wait on my cornbread. I can get started until my cornbread is finished. Alright, let me peep at it. It might be ready. Let's see. I'm going to check on my cornbread and come right back. Alright, y'all, this is the finished product. This is my way of cooking red beans and rice, fried fish, and cornbread. I'm going to sit down and have a bite with y'all in a second. Be right back. This is doing so good, y'all. Hot sauce on my fish. Thank y'all for stopping by Sugar's Place. I just want to take time to say thank you. Come back and have supper with me next Sunday. And if you have any ideas or things you might want me to fix, leave them in the comments. See y'all later. See you next Sunday.